Today is October 1st, which means we are into the spooky season, and I'm really excited. I love this time of year a lot. So I thought we'd kick it off with doing some type of spooky inspired build. So today we're going to do what I call the Swatch Switch challenge, and this is to not be confused with the palette swap challenge that I do, which is a lot more color theory inspired. That one I won't get into today, but I might do a video later down the road with that challenge that I think I have also created myself. There are a lot of simmers out there, and it's hard to just kind of search for swatch challenges that are already existing based on whatever they call it and what their rules are for that. There are a lot of swatch challenges out there, so I don't necessarily want to say I'm the creator of this challenge. I have not personally seen anyone else do this type of swatch challenge. I know we have a default swatch challenge. We have like default versus the last swatch, a lot of various swatch challenges along those lines. But for this one, what I've done on both Twitch and TikTok is that I keep a room the same, and then I go in and completely change the vibe, the style of the place, whatever, by only changing the swatches of items that are already there. So I can't necessarily add or take out items. I try to give myself a little bit of liberty sometimes with that, but the whole idea is that I plop a build down and I can't change anything about it but the swatches of everything that's already used. I came across this build by Silas, and it's like a Solarpunk Loft, and I thought it was a really cool vibe. So I was like, how can we take something like Solarpunk, which is bright, airy, and like lots of greenery and plants, and turn something that's with that vibe into kind of a spooky vibe of some sort. So I don't know if this is going to work. We'll get into the build and see what swatches I have to work with. But before we dive in, I want to give you a quick example of what I'm talking about. I recently posted another color theory video just using this room that I built for one of my recent builds, changing the color palette to kind of show off the different color harmonies that exist. So this was the original room, but what I did was I went through and gave examples of different color harmonies. And so this is the same room over and over again, but with slightly different variations, or in some cases, very drastic variations on it. But as you can see, I left all the clutter, all of the items the same. It was just a matter of changing kind of the color scheme that went with it. So that's the idea that we're doing in this today. And without further ado, this is the build that we're starting with. So again, this was by Silas, and I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Sorry if I'm not, but this was a really fun build that caught my eye. I watched the YouTube speed build of this, and I will link that down below. And I just thought it was such a fun vibe. But again, this style is like such the opposite of like spooky vibes and dark, because literally everything is light colored. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And again, I'm not sure how this is going to pan out. I just plopped this down and we're going to see what we can do here. So one thing I think could help here is if we go ahead and change the season. I want to see what fall looks like. That kind of helps it look a little bit more dead. I think for the most part, it should be fairly simple in the fact that we're going for like darker colors in general. So we'll see how this ends up turning out. Let's start with a rug, if we can just get a good base rug. Most of these are not, I think you could still make green work as a color of interest for this. Most of the books are already kind of neutral toned. I think it's easier to just kind of start with dark colors, of course, everywhere, and see what we can do thereafter for maybe a little bit of accents. Maybe do that like with the gray, so it's not everything is black, but kind of getting there at some point. I think if we could make this an interesting color, like purple, maybe that could be the vibe. Green and purple, that could work maybe, just so we have a little more variety and options. I don't know with the gold on that if that's gonna work or not. I like that, it's just not the best. There we go, we get a little bit of purple with that. We'll see how this goes. I'm not feeling super confident about this starting off here. Like, I'm not necessarily digging the vibe just yet. I'm hoping that it comes together. But again, you never know, because obviously I did not select the items here for this build. And then I think all the windows are already black for the most part. I might change those maybe to like that version. Is that the... No, I want the rusty version. There we go. So still kind of keep that industrial vibe that's going, but just make it darker. And then I'm wondering for the wallpaper, this is the same everywhere. So maybe that's a good thing to keep until the end to do, because I don't know if we're going to be able to find a swatch that you could use literally everywhere necessarily. All these little gnomes that are kind of everywhere. So let's move over into this little nook area. So keeping in mind purple and green maybe would be like good kind of accent colors. And then just kind of, I think it's easiest to just kind of start with black for most everything else right now until we know for sure. Maybe I can make the bottom of that white to make it a little more interesting. Maybe make that a little bit more green. I love these little gnomes. Let's do purple. That's cute. That's cute. And we even got a pumpkin here, which is kind of funny. That was not necessarily planned. We'll do a green cat. Let's see, for these curtains. Ooh, maybe we can bring the purple in a little bit more. Unfortunately, we don't have any other curtains. I want something a little duller. So yeah, maybe the first swatch would be the best one for that. And then let's get this little bathroom figured out. So we can make this, let's make that black. And then for the little sink here, maybe do a dark, like black and brown color scheme. And then I'm trying to incorporate like some gray. I don't want everything to just be black, black on black on black. Although that's like the easiest way to go through. It's got a little bit of clipping on that plant, but that's not a big deal. And then maybe for the wallpaper in here, that could stay potentially. I don't know if we're gonna get anything better than that, honestly, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna go through some options here. I do think that the original swatch is gonna be the best though, because it's practically just white and black. I don't think it's technically white. It looks like it's a gray maybe, but the tile definitely needs to change. I'm not a fan of that tile with that. So maybe even just going black with that. Ooh, that actually is closely resembling the pattern on the tile. So yeah, let's do that. That kind of matches a little bit. Maybe. Maybe. We'll make the door black. Okay, so here comes the kitchen. So this one, this is going to be interesting. At least we have more swatches for the hood. Thanks, base game update. Thank you, Sims, for that. So let's just go ahead. I kind of want to do everything black just to see what we have to work with. I think it's the easiest choice to go with. But I'm thinking, oh, why does the top have to be light color? Well, I mean, it is white there, but it's brown here. I might challenge myself a little bit because I'm fine with a little pop of color. We don't have purple, but oh, actually, I stand corrected. We do have a purpley swatch. I might actually like that better than the black. Maybe I could keep black on the upper cabinets and do purple here, and then do black in the island. Or, see, this is my problem. I get really indecisive. I could do black on this, and then have the island be an accent with purple. I don't know if that's the vibe. It is a different color countertop, but I mean, that's also very possible. That I see that a lot, and especially more modern builds where they're not exactly the same. So I think that could work well, because if this was black, then it would be black on black, but the stools kind of bring the black color, that black energy over, which we kind of want. And then maybe that can be black too. So that kind of helps balance it and carry it through a little bit more. I think we have to go with black appliances though. I think the green, which is the original swatch, might be a little too weird. I don't know. I think the appliances need to be black for this. I don't want it to like be too playful, right? We're trying to go for dark, like dark energy here. I think that might work a little bit better. Ooh, or that. Yeah, that works there for that. This will go along more with the gray. I think that works really well. This is also a really cool idea to use that as a divider. Yeah, that's black. Okay. I guess I was thinking from the swatch it was going to be brown, but I had it reversed in my head. So we'll make those darker too. I think this is actually coming together pretty well. Yeah, that's not really going to help if I change the swatch on that. I do want this to be like a paler color. And then this, I'm fine with the green there, but maybe having a darker one next to it like that could work better. So we can bring a little bit of the green in that way outside of the plants. Obviously the plants are helping with that. But I just want to get rid of yellow. Yellow is a happy color, right? So we don't want too much of that. This is not supposed to be happy colors. We're going for dark. Everything must go. Everything must go dark. That's it for this space. I think. Everything still looks a little light, but it's because of the walls. So the walls are going to be last. Just have to keep that in mind. Oh man, I wish we could use the new studio stuff, because we definitely have some really nice dark swatches for that. We're going to go with that vibe and that... maybe that one. There aren't like super dark swatches for these, I don't think. We'll keep that as it was. Maybe why? Why do we have different swatches for the same type of stuff? Come on now. Maybe we could go with this swatch for in here on these. I love these leaf curtains so much. I think they're really, really fun. Can we incorporate like maybe a little color? Like, yeah, we got some purple at the bottom of the curtains here, so let's go with that. I think that's kind of a fun, spooky vibe in a way. You know, we're working with what we can here. That's all we can do right now. We don't get much options. I actually think I like the middle swatch of that better. So let's go ahead and switch those out. And then this we'll put as black. That will also put as black. And then this will do a little black and gray action, so it's not all the same. And I don't think, like, this has purple, but it's also a lighter swatch overall, so I'd rather go with the darker swatch. It's going to be one of these two. I just got to figure out which one. Maybe this one I like because it has some gray in it as well. And then the swatch for that will go there. And then maybe the dark green would be a nice vibe, and then like the light green on the bottom I think would be fun to do with that. And then this little pipe over here that's hiding out, we'll make that a dark color too, because why not while we're at it? I don't think I missed anything. I think that's pretty much everything. I'm still not really vibing with the living room. I think we're gonna have to come back to that because this isn't working for me. The rug and the couch are not doing it. Okay, so as we head upstairs to this cute little bedroom, we're going to no. Oh no. We might have to change our vibes a little bit upstairs. That's pretty much the best swatch that we would want to use. It's got the dark wood tone. This one, maybe we could bring that color in. And I think the rug actually matches with that really well. This little gnome, let's make him green. Why not? And then for these planters, we're just gonna keep them a little bit darker as well, or neutral toned. Maybe we could bring these in. I mean, these still have like brown tones to them, which works. So you can combine blacks and browns, like dark ones. Like this one is a really dark brown, but I think it works really well with the rug here and the bed frame. So maybe it's a little more brown toned for the bedroom space upstairs. So a little less like solid black. I think that's the vibe. We can get a little purple in right there, and then maybe do that. I think the yellow could work a little bit in here too. Like that's not so bad. And then we'll get like a fun little pattern on the black there. And then the curtains are gonna really help out up against that wall. I think we can do this green color to tie it into downstairs some. Again, we still have the wallpaper we got to figure out once we get to that part. And then the bathroom is actually gonna just have to be the same as downstairs since it was the same tile that was used. So that's not a big deal. It actually makes my life a little bit easier. Let's do a little bit of a different, so it's not solid black, but we'll get a little bit of, a different color metal in. We'll do a black towel, and then again, with maybe dark browns here with the black. And so I think that works instead of choosing the black swatch. Ooh, wait. This actually has purple though. Let's do that. That could work. That could work. And then we have purple, or we could do solid black. I kind of like the purple. I know this is like probably a little kitty-esque to put in here, but it's fun, okay? I want to do something a little fun. I know at the beginning of the video I'm contradicting myself from what I said, but maybe make it a little fun. We're not going to be able to get super spooky with the swatches or with the items that we have in this, which is not a bad thing. That's the point of the challenge, is to see what can work versus what doesn't. Like, what can we do with this? And I think we're doing the best with what we can, right? So I think that's all of that part done. We have this little like desk nook area with the office space. So we'll do this, and then we'll make these black, and then maybe get this to be a darker color. I love this little typewriter. Wait, maybe we could do green with the lantern if we get this as black. That way we can have a little bit of fun with it. Ooh, I actually kind of like that. That's fun. Do black there, and then maybe the green. I think that could work. What about this? Is there, yeah, this has a little bit of purple in it. I think that's fine. So we don't have to just use black for everything. And then we have another little area up here, which I totally vibe with. I'd love to have an area like this in my own home. So I think it makes sense to do that. Or we could do one of the more colorful ones, but this is like they're dying. So I think that might be more the vibe than going with a dark color. I'm fine with the lighter colored pots and stuff, but I think I want the plants to look a little more dead, which is not true for real life, okay? I definitely don't want that for my plants. So maybe we could go with black and brown up here too a little bit, and then with this color, yes, finally something with some other swatches. They don't really have any that I want to use though. We'll do black. I don't know. we'll see how we can make this work for us. Like, I'm not sure green would be the way to go in this space. I actually really like the walls in here. Do these come in black? They do. What if we did the kind of rusty green? Like, this has like some green to it, so maybe we do that instead. I think that works for the intents and purposes of the challenge that we have going on. You know, I think it works. I think it works. We'll make this black. We'll make that solid black because I think that makes sense, and then that as well. And then we can make that black. Okay. I love putting these pipes out for my industrial builds. This one will do that color. I didn't want to quite get into the outside too much just yet, but we're kind of getting there anyways. We're getting to that point. I forgot to look at the windows. See, that's the thing, is like it's every little detail. It's going to be hard to make sure we get everything. So I'm likely going to have missed some things. I know I got those. Ooh, oh, wait a second. Like, I know I've not done the outside yet, but that could be a vibe. That could be pretty cool, actually. That could be fun. We're going to come back to that. I've missed this window. After all of that, and I still ended up missing a window. So we'll get back to the outside here in a second, because I definitely want to try to switch some of like the little fence things that are out there. Ooh, we could do purple solar panels. Oh, that's a vibe. That's a vibe. Okay, so I want to go ahead and get back focused inside for a sec just to figure out the floors. This is interesting. So we have this, and then we have what I'm assuming is a more black, yeah, tone. I actually kind of like the brown black color. I don't think I want to do solid black on the flooring. So let's try this. And we'll change the color of the stairs and stuff too. I'm just trying to figure out some of this stuff a little bit more. And then for the wall color, so it's literally the same wall everywhere, which I don't necessarily have to use the same color of the wall everywhere, but I think that would be kind of what we'd want to try to do if we're trying to mimic what we had originally. And of course, the walls only come in a brown. So we don't get a black. We get this gray color, which honestly kind of works. Like, I think I actually like that better. I don't think the dark brown would be the way to go. So maybe we just switch it to a darker, like a gray color. I don't think that's awful. I think that still gives us like the dark energy vibe that we're going for without completely changing everything. And so now we have the railings, little details we're getting to at this point. I think I would want those to be black. So we have that, and now we have the railing here. Yeah, okay. I'm feeling pretty good about this. This is actually that I knew changing the walls and the floors would completely change the vibe of the space and would help it come together a lot more. I wasn't necessarily sure if I was ready for that drastic of a change, but I like it. I like it. And I think I like the sofa better now. I'm still not completely sold on the rug, though. I think the rug would be better, more neutral toned, or even like that. Maybe I think that matches the couch really well. So let's change the rug off the green. We still have plenty of green. That's going to be a challenge to make this work because the green is going to make it feel alive, even if we have everything be black. Just that's kind of the vibe that plants bring in. So now let's try to focus on the outside a little bit more. So let's try to make those more neutral toned. Of course, these little gnome guys are cute. They crack me up. He's like looking through the window. That's hilarious. Okay, so I want to keep the vibe with the materials. I think here I want to keep the metal. I just want it on this little silo. Okay, and then as you go up, it's the glass dome roof. I don't think we need to change that. Oh, I just now realized too, like that's really small detail, but that little half wall there too, I needed to change. So we have that, and then this little silo. So for this, I think this would be the color that we'd want to go with. I think that's the vibe. I don't know. The original isn't that bad, but I kind of like the brown tone to this a little bit more because it matches that silo a good bit. So maybe we change the tone a little bit outside. Lighting on this lot is not very good at all. But I think I like the original for this because I think it's the brown, like brown tone with black. So I don't think I want to make it solid black, which is what this is. I do want to change this front part though. I don't think this upcycled is quite the vibe. And I know there are some really cool swatches for this. So like even that isn't so bad. So keeping to that kind of brown tone with the grays and blacks, I think that is the way to go with this. I think that completely changes the vibe in a positive way. I'm not sure about keeping this same material. We'll see. Okay. Oh, it changes that too? Interesting. Oh my gosh, how am I supposed to change it? It won't let me change it. Okay, so I changed this to green. I think that works. I have to like actually move the roof because I can't get to this one piece here. And then I didn't think about it, but even the grass, what if okay, I know it's not a different swatch, but I kind of make the rules here. So let's say I can change it to dirt because that is totally like making the space go with the direction I want it to go in. So we definitely want to make sure that the ceilings are looking the way that we want them to. I don't know, you guys. I don't think I can do the purple pipes. It's just, it sticks out too much. It's not really matching the aesthetic too much. I like the purple solar panels, so I think that's kind of a nice little ode that we kept, at least with the purple on the inside. So, you know, we at least have solar panels. And I thought there was another solar panel up here. Did I delete it or something? I'm almost positive that there was another solar panel up here, so I'm putting that back, and I'm going to make it actually face the way that the sun is coming from. And we're going to put one there. So sorry if there actually wasn't one. I'm making it up in my head. But I really think there was one there, and I maybe somehow accidentally deleted it. So with the pavers, I think the only thing I can do is this. It makes it a little bit darker. Maybe with the graffiti. I like the graffiti vibe a little bit more. I could maybe change the industrial trim to be the black. I think I like that. It's just going to be kind of tricky. Freezes are so annoying in this game. Like, I cannot voice how annoying freezes are. We'll change these to black as well, and that'll kind of help darken some of the outside features a little bit more. I've probably edited it out already, but I have said, okay, that's it, probably at least 4 or 5 times, and then I keep finding things that I missed. So I think for the sake of this, I really think we're done now. I can't really do anything else. I don't think, anyway. But this is the vibe, you guys. So you come in off the side here. Oh, see, look, I missed the mailbox. I missed the mailbox. So once you enter here, we have like a cool little dark area with a little bit of green and purple coming into the living space. And once you put these walls up, you can really see it and how it came together here throughout this whole space. But I love the dark browns and black tones throughout. The kitchen, I think, is pretty cool and still like a fun, vibrant space in its own way. But the wisteria also lends to the purple, which is why I think purple as an accent color works really well in the kitchen. Just kind of ignore the countertops. I don't like that the countertops are like a light brown. That kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, but it is what it is. And you know, we're making the most of it that we can. But I really like how these cabinets have like the brown drawers with the black actual like cabinet. So I think that helps bring the brown and black tones together in this space. And with the ceiling, it actually looks pretty cool. I like it. I love this little side studio. It would have been fun to see what this would have looked like with the new artist studio kit that we have now, which was not available. I think Silas posted this like 10 months ago. So we obviously didn't have that. I actually didn't even notice that we had a rug here. Okay, now we're done. That's probably time number 7 or 8 at this point that I've said that. That brings the purple in even more. So that's fun. I like that. That works really well. Sorry, I'm like really excited over this, in case you couldn't tell. But I love this vibe and this space. I think it worked out really well, given the things that we had to work with. And the thing again with this is that it was going from Solarpunk, which is a nice airy vibe that's light and like tons of greenery and plants and stuff. But I think we did a really good job kind of toning it down as much as we could with what we had. And I can't change these, so I'm going to say that that doesn't count. So, you know, we're going to have to leave that as is. But let me know what you think about this build and what we converted it to. And if you like videos like this, where I just kind of go through and completely change the vibe of something, I'm going to upload this to the gallery. So if you want to play in it and do the same type of swatch switch challenge yourself on changing it all together again, I'd love to see it. Upload it to the gallery and tag me in it. Use my hashtag Dr. Sims. I would love to check it out and see what you did with it, or if you caught anything that I forgot to change or anything like that. I'd love to see your take on it. So this has been a fun experiment to do a more long form video doing this thing that I normally do in like 5 minutes tops. I'm not used to doing it on full houses like this, so I hope that it kept you entertained. If you want to see more builds that I do and more challenges like this, then be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it in the future. And again, I have some kind of fun, exciting things that I'm going to be posting for the spooky season, so I'd love to have you stick around for that. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye. I am like sweating, you guys. This kind of low-key stressed me out a little bit because I'm used to doing rooms, so doing a full build like this was a lot.